And we're back for another episode of Bright Ideas and Bad Decisions. My name is Dante Gutierrez McLaughlin. This is my co-host,
Anthony Thompson. There you go.
I hope you guys are doing as good as we are. We're living life, living big as best as we can. Ant just came back from New York. How was that trip, my guy?
Um, it was nice. We went there to see my daughter, Lisa Thompson. She plays for Rutgers University.
That's awesome.
And we kind of planned the trip, me and my wife, and they had 3 games that week. It was Thanksgiving week, so we had a good time spending time with her on Thanksgiving. My wife brought Thanksgiving to her.
That's awesome.
And we went out of Airbnb.
And, I mean, she's playing for what? That's D1? So
yeah,
she's playing D1. I'd say she deserves Thanksgiving coming to her. Absolutely.
Yeah, because, we all about family.
Absolutely.
So we try to spend time with our baby and make sure we're supporting her dream.
That's awesome.
And, we had a great time watching her play. Then we had the opportunity to go to New York, too.
That's cool. And you were on the stage at Apollo Theater. That was cool.
Oh man, and you know what, man? My whole life I've been watching Apollo on TV on Saturday night. Over the years, and when we was there, we was thinking about things to do. So I said, I always wanted to go to Apollo. I wonder if we can do that. So I kind of looked it up, and then amateur night, Wednesday night, and then I made history.
That's and you on stage where legends have performed.
Yeah,
and that's awesome. That's got to be. It's almost a holy place for comedians and just anybody who's been on that stage. That made something of themselves, and that's awesome. I'm happy you got there. So today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna. 2 days ago, I met a barber who wanted to build her own shop like you did. And I know you're still growing. You're still pushing the envelope to be better. She just didn't know how to get there. There's a blueprint that not everybody has to be able to build your own business or do what you want to do and turn it into a business and be able to buy your own shop or figure out what you had to do to get there. So can you explain that process of like step by step how you got here, how you did that?
Okay. First of all, I've been a barber for 25 years.
Right.
So today's generation don't understand you have to crawl before you walk. A lot of them I'm seeing they go into barber schools and they jumping in trying to get their business right off. Sometimes you got to take a back seat to get where you want to be. But people, when I grew up, it wasn't that many barbershops as it is at the time.
Yeah.
And in our community, in Joliet community, it probably was just 4 or 5 barbershops in the 80s in our whole community. There's so many barbershops now. Everybody's jumping in there.
Yeah. And like there's 3 on this strip alone.
Yeah, and people don't want to work in the barbershops no more. Everybody want to open their shop. You know the old saying is like it's everybody want to be a chief, but there ain't enough Indians.
Yeah.
And what I had to learn from the ground up. I had to go work in a barbershop first to learn how to open up a barbershop. For years, I had to learn how the good and the bad about the barbershop. I had to work with people, the other barbers in there. So we had to learn from the original people as barbers over the years, learn how to get where I'm at today.
Yeah, absolutely. So through that, you were a barber first, of course. You were working for somebody else, and you decided to take that push and open up your own shop.
Yes.
What were the steps like that you took to get your LLC, to get the place?
Well, first of all, for years I was I had other trades I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was a mechanic working at Kraft Food for 15 years, and I was always a barber for years. So I think back in 2020 when Black Lives Matter was going on, everything like that, and my father always told me like, son, one of these days you should get your own shop, and you ain't gotta work for everybody. Work for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My father passed away years ago, and
sorry for your loss.
So I kind of had it in back in my head for years. Like I said, you know what? I'm at this age. I should go ahead and try to open my shop. So what I basically did is I had a one thing when you look for a shop, you have to look for locations. What's the best location for your shop?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to look at the community you at. I'm in Crest Hill, Illinois. You have to look at community, and I always looked at how many people drive down the street right here. 100,000 cars drive past it every day.
Absolutely.
So some people don't know that. So you want to have a business. You want to look at the location. You want to see the community. You want to see how it is. The environment around the area you at is a good area. You know, you don't have no problems. People trying to break in your shop.
Absolutely,
things like that.
crime rate.
Crime rate. It had to be a good location first.
Yeah.
And before I opened shop, I had to apply for my LLC and my EIN number and all that stuff. Not play on that online. You can go online, look that up.
Oh, okay.
If you're trying to get a business, things like that. So so far I've been over here about 4.5 years, and it's not that easy it was for when I grew up. But back in the day, we had a barber shop. We had 8, 9, 10 barbers in the shop. Today, it's so many barbershops right now. It's not enough people that want to work in the shop.
Absolutely.
The difference is now is when I grew up, it wasn't no internet back then. It wasn't internet back then. Back then, you needed real money to go in the shop and pay for people. Now, there's so many avenues. Now they got all these apps. You can download apps and you can network yourself on the internet now and social media. And you so your platform that way. You can also get walk-ins come in too. So I get people walking in still like we used to do back in the day, and I still get people online to come in and make appointments. So that's the difference is, and I think that way it helped us draw more clients now. And back then the barbers you just had to stay in the shop all day. Now you can set your own appointments. Work certain times, you can leave when you feel like it. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? That's the difference is today.
So you basically get to schedule your own hours. You basically get to work when you want, which is awesome.
Right.
And I think that's what everybody wants to do.
That's what we want to do.
Right.
But
it's setting it up. That's the hard part.
You get people walk in, then they get your number, and I try to put them on Booksy, and they don't want to be on Booksy. They want to. I want to make my own appointments, and sometimes it don't work out that way because I tell you why. Say if I want to go on vacation, if me and you not on the same page, you gonna come in like, well, where's so and so at?
Right.
When you're on vacation. Maybe if you was under my Booksy app or making appointments, then we'd be on the same page. I let you know where I'm at all the time.
Absolutely. And it'll let you know, and Booksy will let you know where, whether you even have an appointment scheduled.
Right.
Because there's been times where I've gone on Booksy and you were booked for the day.
Exactly.
And so I was like, crap, Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and then I'll just call you and be like, hey, you free at all? But I wouldn't know that if I didn't go on Booksy. If I just walked in and you've got 8 people waiting here,
you gotta wait.
I'll either wait or I'm screwed.
Because I done had people and walked in, and I had people coming in at the same time on appointment. I say, sir, you have to wait for this person. He made an appointment before you did. He went to my app, he downloaded his appointment. And some people wait, some people won't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I understand people. The world have changed a lot. It's different now. People think you can walk in the shop, get right in the chair. Sometimes you can, sometimes you just can't. You have to, how you say, you have to go what the world's doing now. Things have changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like it used to be no more.
And I feel like with the world changes so much, if you don't change with it, you'll get left behind.
You get way left behind.
And so, how do you build your clientele? Did you just take your clientele from the place you had before, or is it a?
Actually, it was a time that I stopped cutting hair, and when COVID hit real bad, I was cutting hair in my house at times because I had a regular job working in craft foods.
Yeah.
And so I stopped people from coming to my house. And COVID was bad. I was like, you know what? I think I should open a shop so I don't have that problem coming to my house.
Absolutely.
You know, so I got a family, kids. I don't want them catching stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it was bad in 2020, 21.
And it puts your family in danger when you do that.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So actually, when I opened up, I didn't really have no clients. So I just had to network myself. I had to go around, let the schools know, let the community know, let the churches know, let pass out flyers, and just walk around and pass flyers to everybody's house and go to the malls, and it's a word of mouth, really.
Absolutely.
You know, and plus, when you start cutting somebody's hair, you know, they can tell somebody, who cut your hair look nice, man. Yeah. And so somebody, they pass it on, that's how the word passes.
And they come through.
And also you can put it in the newspaper.
Oh,
that's social media, Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok,
X,
Snapchat,
text messages. It is network. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's so many different avenues you can catch. You can get more people now than I did when I grew up.
Absolutely.
Especially back in the 90s. It wasn't really no internet then yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it was just word of mouth. You know what I'm
saying? And even now, it's like you could even put ads on Google and make it so that your because your name starts with an A and your business starts with an A, you're on the top of the list to be one of the first to be seen on Google. So when they look you up, like when they look up nearest barber shop, you're going to be one of the first people to see. And
absolutely.
That by itself is marketing.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to be like, oh, maybe I can try this place. And if you're close enough, they'll come through and you have a walk-in.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Which is super awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, like, what steps do you take to continue to build? How do you get bigger? How do you maintain so that it builds longevity?
As being in the barbershop, you gonna have good days, bad days. There's gonna be days a lot of people don't come in, days, but you have to have in your mindset. You'll keep grinding, keep yourself motivated, keep it moving. Because if you don't have the motivation in this industry, it can go bad for you or good for you. You have to keep yourself motivated. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So that's the things I do. I have to keep myself motivated and say, hey, today might not have been a good day, but tomorrow might be a better day. A better day.
Absolutely.
So one thing you got to do is keep yourself positive,
stay optimistic,
keep grinding, keep talking to people out there, because the man upstairs, he watching you. He know what you're doing. He know you're trying to do your best, and keep it grinding. And one thing about this industry, everybody ain't gonna like it. Everybody ain't gonna like the way you cut hair.
Absolutely.
And the ones that are gonna probably hurt the most is gonna be your family. So if you think your family gonna support your business, you got nothing coming.
Yeah.
Because they can be the worst ones.
Absolutely.
But it circles around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you start off slow, when your business blow up, your family gonna come right back.
But some will come out with their hand out, but that's when you need to grind, and you need to realize like who was there and went for you when you weren't big. You know, when you didn't have the.
But I'm not gonna hate on them. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Stay positive.
Hey, you don't like me? Hey, but one day you might need me.
Yeah.
You never know.
Absolutely. And I think in any avenue that you decide to take with any type of business.
Exactly. Anything you're trying to do in life.
Absolutely. There'll always be somebody who doesn't like you. There'll always be somebody who doesn't agree.
I always say, this stay the course, keep your grind on, keep your grind.
Absolutely.
Always grinding for whatever you're trying to do in life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because especially once young kids get out of high school, just think about when you're 18 years old and you get out of high school, young people don't know what they want to do.
No.
And they confused. A lot of them confused. They don't really want to do. It's like you out here in the real world now. Now you got to make the right decisions in your life.
And if you don't even know what you want to do, it's going to...
You really don't.
Like that is what's college for. What college is for is to educate and to figure out what you want to do and to build your career. But if you go into college not knowing what you want to do...
I got some people who go to college and dropped out.
Yeah.
And still really don't know what they want to do.
Absolutely.
And
there's people who go to college, drop out, and become millionaires.
Yeah.
You know, become build.
But that's luck.
I mean,
it's not everybody gonna be a millionaire.
No.
Because I'm gonna give you an example. The percentage of that. Well, what's the percentage of that? It's not even 1%.
Of millionaires. Actually, it's risen. There's like at least 100% increase of millionaires in the last 3-4 years.
But I'm talking about
that there has
people.
been.
How many percent of people gonna be millionaires?
Oh, that's a good look it up.
You're dropping out of college. Not
That's
many.
Fair. Not many. Yeah.
I heard something like Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So Tom Cruise said he was lucky. He was a waiter.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
He
worked waiter area. Everybody was firing him. So he just got lucky. He ran to the right people. It's just luck. The people that make it to Broadway
and sometimes luck is
Hollywood,
what it takes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you pray you can make it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like in this business you can create your own luck? Because I feel like luck is preparation and right time at the right place.
Absolutely.
So how would you do that if you were building your business? Regardless of what the business was, how would you go about doing that? How did you prepare yourself to be lucky in this business?
Well, one thing in this business, people don't like to take the gamble on themselves. Mm-hmm. You have to gamble on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to sell yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It was old saying, people say you have to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, I read things about 50 Cent all the time. Mm-hmm. You got to sell yourself to, you sell yourself to make money, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You have to go out there and sell yourself, and that's the way it is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because everything you do is a gamble, you know what I'm saying? You have to take a chance in your life. If you don't take a chance in your life, a person will never know.
That's fair.
You'll never know if you don't take a chance in your life. I didn't try so many different adventures, different outlooks of career things I tried to do. I tried a lot of different things. Some things it failed.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I did network marketing. I tried to succeed with that, but it failed. But I kept it going. You know what I'm saying? I had to keep grinding. Yeah. You had to keep grinding and grinding until something. It's like you hit the lottery.
Yeah.
Hit the lottery. It's something just clicked.
Absolutely.
And that's what I feel like this as being a barber owner. Mm-hmm. Something is collecting, and I'm gonna keep grinding until I hit that home run. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm right now. I'm at the single, the double.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the triple, the home run. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm trying to hit a home run, but you know, and it's gonna be people gonna come at you and gonna say you're not gonna make it. Mm-hmm. I didn't have people come to my shop to my man. People gonna come and downgrade you right in front of your face.
Yeah, that's fair. And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you have to keep it moving.
So we know that it's your motivation that gets you through that. It's your
Absolutely.
It's your optimism that keeps you pushing. And you're all good.
Absolutely. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. Mm-hmm. It's your optimism that keeps you going and pushes you. So, what are the next steps? How do you get bigger?
Well, where I'm working right now is the barber schools right now. Mm-hmm. I talk to the barber schools, the hair salons, the beauty salon schools, and just put the word out there. And then people know I got people coming, and just let them know where I'm at, my location. I gave them a Zoom and showed them how it looked. They liked it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You have to throw it out there to them. And so you can't make people come to you.
Yeah,
it's up to them. But you can present it to them the correct way. The way I look at it, I keep myself organized, be prepared when somebody come in.
Yeah, and then
it's almost like an interview.
Yeah,
like we're doing right now.
Fair.
The same thing we're doing right now is the same thing I do when I interview a person who want to be in my shop.
That's cool.
First, I look at the character, what they're trying to be. What are your goals in 5 years? What are you trying to be? What are you trying to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Be more realistic with the goals. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I don't even
because a lot of people just try to jump in and be a barber. Right. They jumping in, and they don't even know how to swim yet.
That's fair.
How you gonna do? I'm be a barber owner, and you never worked in a barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn the tricks and the trades of it.
Before
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody had to tell me.
Everybody has to do it. Everybody,
but a lot of people not doing it.
Right, and I think that concept of learning and changing and growing is harder than actually doing.
Right.
Because that requires you to change your mindset. That requires you to change parts of yourself. Like you can't snap off on a customer, you know, when they come in and downgrade you, you know, or you can't, like, if you mess up, you've got to find a way to tell them and or fix it, you know.
That's one thing I do as a barber, cutting people's hair. I never really get into an argument with people. You know, you don't want to get in an argument with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a bad thing, because I learned that it's a community, and people, if you done something wrong, they'll tell somebody else, and they keep spreading word, and they would try to really ruin your name. Really? Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I can see that, because there's like Yelp reviews where there's so many people who
say, "Oh, he's a bad barber. He don't know what he's doing." You know what I'm saying? But I got the Booksy, and I got the reviews, and a lot of times I tell my clients, give me a review. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's how you can draw clients on your reviews. It's like you get like a 5-star, and they'll tell you he's a professional. What he do, he got a sense of humor. He's a hard worker. He pays attention what he's doing to his client. He keeps his focus. So that's some of the things that you can do to you get yourself network out there too.
So what do you do to differentiate yourself from the other barbers down the strip? Like, because everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody cuts hair the same, because they really don't. And not everybody's hair is the same at the same time. You know, so how do you differentiate yourself from other barbers?
First of all, as me being a barber, I'm always on time. I'm prepared. I'm ready to work.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a late person. If say if I got a client at 8 o'clock, I try to get here at 7 o'clock.
So that you're ready.
And what I do is I get my maintenance done on my clippers and things like that, and I sanitize everything, make sure it's good. Because one thing you do, you got to sanitize your stuff, because you can get people's infections. Cutting hair. I ain't never had a client come in here and said they caught something in my shop.
That's awesome.
You know, ringworms, all that type of disease they be catching. That's the first thing you do. And what I do, I try to be. I'm very clean, precise with all I make sure all my stuff is clean, like your towels and your case. I got wash and dry. I make sure I wash everything, sanitize my floor and all that. And that's the first thing you do as a business owner, and get prepared for the work on somebody's hair. And when I work on somebody's hair, I always have a pattern I go by. I stick to my pattern. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way I cut people's hair, and it works for me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So do you think
the basics? You stick to the basics.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what works. Like all the time, that's what works.
But in life, it's really the basics. If you know the basics of things, you'll go a long ways.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's some of the things.
So do you like create a different? You basically try to. How do you create a different picture of yourself that allows different people to come in? Like, because I know there's a few barbershops that only take in black people, right? Because they can only take, because they can only.
I try to be relatable to people. I take everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't have Caucasians, Afro Americans, Hispanics, Chinese, Korean. You know, I have a variety of everybody. So I try to be relatable, because everybody, the conversation. One thing, the conversation ain't the same. Everybody's conversation ain't the same.
Yeah.
You know, some people come in here to talk about sports. Some people to talk about social media. Some people to talk about politics. You know.
So you try to stay well rounded.
You have to be careful what you say in politics.
Absolutely.
because some people don't like the way some people don't like your conversation.
That's fair.
You know,
yeah.
Especially when we just had an election and we talked about Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big topic.
And it's a big topic right now. A lot of people supporting Kamala Harris. I got people supporting Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got their point of views are different.
And so you basically have to be the Switzerland.
You have to be neutral, everybody.
Yeah.
Because you can get people offended.
Mm-hmm.
And no conversations can lead people not to come back.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they could leave bad reviews because of that conversation.
Yeah, because you have to listen to everybody. You have to listen to their conversation because everything they say is inapprovable. You know,
absolutely.
Some things you agree with, some you don't.
Absolutely.
You don't want to go to war and argue with somebody about Donald Trump's things he talk about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because everybody's views the same. And I always wanted everybody to get along. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at different nationalities, none of that stuff.
That's awesome. Well, I do appreciate you giving us all of this information. I'm going to actually tag the link for the LLC in the bio. So we'll have that for everybody that listens and that wants to open their own business.
That's right.
So it goes LLC, EIN, and then you look for your place.
Well, once you get all that, once you get, you find a real estate person, and they usually can find you a place.
Okay. And to like your specifications.
And the specifications, like you have to get approval.
Oh.
So, you know, like
owning
or leasing,
okay,
or renting. Renting come from you working in somebody else's other shop, got a barber shop. But if you want to get your own stuff, you want to lease. So you have to get approval. You got to make sure your credit scores is pretty good, and you also got to make sure you got money in the bank too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you lease somebody, you have to get like down payments.
Yeah.
And, you know, things like that.
Maybe a loan from the bank or something.
And then they give you like 2 or 3 year agreement on a lease. Because I had a person that was trying to get a lease in place, but he didn't do his taxes. You got to make sure you do your taxes too, because they check your credit. Yeah. The people like somebody came, oh, he's racist. He don't want to rent from me. Why you didn't file your taxes? Yeah. They look at that too. That ain't racist. It's just business. Absolutely. They don't want to rent from anybody. And so once you get that done, then you got to go to the city you trying to open your business at, and you got to get approved from the city too. Oh, so you went to the Council of Joliet? And you got to sign forms and stuff. I actually had a meeting with the mayor when I moved over here. That's crazy. And the mayor and the people he worked with, the Congress people we work with. Yeah. I met them. Me and my wife met them, and actually we was on TV. So one thing they do in Crest Hill, they want to get to know you. Absolutely. So I told them they gave me like a standing ovation in the meeting. Oh, that's awesome. With the mayor and everything. That's cool. I actually, my grand opening, the mayor came here. That's cool. You cut his hair? I cut his hair too. So that's some of the one thing they love you being a business owner. They love that. Because it helps the community. Absolutely, and it builds the community. It builds the community because people don't understand the barbershop is the backbone of the community. Anything you want to know about the community, the barbers know. Absolutely. Literally everything. I don't talk about everything. They know everything. Right. They know about people's relationships. Everything. But it's a little everything. So that's some of the things I learned, and I realized being a barber, you ain't just a barber. You really a counselor too. Yeah. You really the role model of the community, or at least one of them. Absolutely. I'm talking about being a barber. I done been to schools and I done had moms who don't have husbands, kids being bad in schools. Mr. Thompson, can you go to talk to my son? I had a boy who was so bad in school in 7th grade. This years ago, true story, and she asked me to go. Talk to him. He was in there clowning in the class. He saw me. He was like, because they look up to you. Yeah, you're a role model in their community. You're a role model for young people. Absolutely. And so I had to straighten them up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that. I tried to talk to them, And actually, after all the years, he came out years later. He got married, got wife and kids.
That's awesome.
And he said, "You changed my life, Mr. Thompson." True story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so back to the steps. It's LLC, EIN, real estate agent.
Well, being a barber, you have to go to barber school.
Barber school as well.
That's the first thing you gotta go. Go to barber school.
Barber school.
And learn how to cut hair and learn how to get your barber license.
Absolutely.
Then you gotta go to the board. You gotta take a test.
Yeah.
And you gotta pass the board test. If you pass that board test, you ain't gonna be no barber.
Okay.
And if you flunk the test, you have to take 2 years a test over again if you flunk the test.
That's crazy. That's
this
2 years.
Is like, as being a barber, as being like a fireman, policeman, they all got to take a test.
A test, absolutely.
You get your license.
Absolutely.
So it ain't easy being a barber. You have to do it's a walk through. You have to do step by step.
So barber school, LLC, EIN, real estate agent.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot there.
And that by itself could take 2-3 years to get through to build.
To be in a barber school is like probably about 2 years.
Right. Yeah. And then you have to work in a barber shop just to learn the industry.
And one thing at the barber school, what they used to do, and I learned at the barber schools, it used to be like they had 1 seat to 28 seats.
Mm-hmm.
The first seat is when you first walk in the building.
Yeah.
If you're the best barber in the school, you always got the first seat. That went to school in Chicago. Mm-hmm. If you're the worst barber, they put you way in the back. They don't see you.
Right.
So you got to move yourself up.
Mm-hmm. And get better so that they can see you and put your.
You keep moving up, moving up.
It's almost like a competition.
Well, it's like they know you learning how to cut.
Yeah.
So you go to barber school, clients come in there and get cheap cuts, and they go to the barber who still learn how to cut. They're taking a gamble on your hair. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You're learning.
So barber school, LLC, EIN. Sorry, let's restart that. Barber school, barber shop, LLC, EIN, real estate agent. Find a good location that has low crime rate, a bunch of people passing.
It's a lot of
research
steps you got to take.
Yeah.
To get where I'm at.
Absolutely, and you took them.
You remember, I've been in this business for 25 years.
Absolutely.
So people jumping in here don't realize how hard it takes.
Mm-hmm. And you're still growing.
Growing.
You're still trying to grow.
And I'm still here.
Absolutely. And so thank you for what you do for our community, what you've done for all the lives that you've helped.
Absolutely.
Thank you for just being here today with me, my guy.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Gotcha.
Well, like I said, I'm going to put the link to an LLC website so you guys can get your LLC in the bio. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoyed our podcast as much as we do. Love y'all. Have a good one. Stay safe.
Peace out.
See ya.